manifestation leave you feeling a little bit confused, a little bit pissed off, like giving up maybe, and you just don't know what to do anymore? Well, hey, join the club. No, actually, I've got to a really good place now, and I want to be able to share this with you guys. So welcome to my channel. This is the Diary of a Manifestor. This whole series is purely going to be following me doing my conscious manifesting so that you can see how I do it, what works, what doesn't, maybe the process, how long it takes, whether this shit's even real, which I can tell you now it is. So if you like any of the videos, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe, and obviously like the videos as well, and do share your comments because I'm more than happy to answer questions, and I obviously want you to get involved, share your stories, so that we can really build up a community to help support each other and really just develop all these skills along the way. So, bit of background. My name's Lois. I'm an empowerment coach, spiritual coach, floral therapist, single mum, and I am now a conscious manifestor. So, like many of you, I have been an unconscious manifestor my whole life. But about 8 months ago, I decided to really take this on and go for it. Anybody out there who has gone through a spiritual awakening, like myself, this is a natural part of that evolutionary process. This is just something you end up going towards. But if you're somebody who's just interested in manifesting and wants to learn more about it, hopefully this will help give you some idea, because there's so much information out there, probably too much. And if you've been anything like me, you have literally pummeled yourself. You have pumped your brain for months with so many different tips, techniques, and inspired ideas, so many coaches that you've watched and listened to, and it just gets numbing after a while, and you just feel like saying, fuck this, I'm done. But I'm here to reassure you that we just need to make it a little bit more simple, and this is where I've got to. So this is something I want to pass on to you, and hopefully it does help. So as I said, a few years ago I went through a spiritual awakening, and in 2022 I met my twin flame, and woo, shit took off then. So that was really the catalyst for a full-on spiritual awakening. It was deep, it was painful, dark night of the soul, all of that stuff. Whether you've been through near-death experience, just had a spiritual awakening of your own accord, it can happen through illness, it can happen through childbirth, it can happen through so many things. Twin flames is just a label, and it's just another thing. I've got many other videos on that if you want to watch it. But generally, that was just the catalyst for my awakening. So I've gone through a couple of years of obviously purging, releasing, healing a lot of crap, getting rid of all the old baggage, the old traumas, the old limiting beliefs. And really, that is the best place to start, because I'm going to tell you now, to be a conscious manifestor, you've really got to get your shit together first. You have got to get your thoughts, your feelings, and your belief system in perfect alignment. You cannot truly become a powerful manifestor if you are out of alignment in any way. In other words, if you're thinking about having something, feeling good about it, but you don't believe that you can actually have it, you're fucked. In the nicest possible way, but that's how it kind of is. I mean, I'm not going to say that you have to have everything perfect in order to manifest, but what I'm saying is, if you want to consciously manifest things easily, quickly, and with more fun, that's what you need to get. You really need those three things in alignment. And believe me, I have made so many mistakes. I have gone through a lot of agony and stress and suffering over this, and I really didn't need to, because it really is so simple. So I'm going to share this with you guys, and you're going to be able to see in real time how my manifestations unfold and all the tips and tricks that I've got. So let's just quickly summarize some of the things you've probably heard about, or if you're brand new to manifesting, some of this jargon is going to just go over your head. So you may have tried affirmations, subliminals, think visualization techniques, very good, journaling, scripting. There's quite a few others, but those are the main ones. And usually when you first get into manifestation, you'll learn about Neville Goddard, the mighty master. Abraham Hicks is another one. And I want to give a shout out to two very important women who have really helped me on my journey, and that is Manifest with Jasmine and Kim at Core Union. Now, if you want to go and follow those guys, I highly suggest you do. It's great. But for me, Abraham Hicks has been a real lifesaver in what I call perfecting the mental diet. Now, what is a mental diet? This is the very first step in getting into the right alignment for manifestation. So a mental diet is simply the process of flushing out all of the crap, releasing all of those old negative patterns, the limiting beliefs, the really you think of it like over the years from childhood, you've been piling on layers and layers of jackets that are all shit. You know, people throw at you, you're not good enough, you're ugly, you're too short, you're not sporty enough, you're not clever enough. We pile all that crap on us and then we make it our own. But those jackets don't belong to us anymore. So you've got to start peeling off all of those layers, getting rid of all of that crap that's been weighing you down, and let it go, because it's not yours. And for a start, it's not real. And this is something that really changed it for me. And I can't actually remember who said it, but it was the fact that we believe what we see in front of us as reality. But actually everything comes from a thought. Like this phone, computers, telephone, cars, makeup, everything was once a thought. And then it becomes inspired action, and then it becomes reality. And that is manifestation in a nutshell. What you think, and then how that builds into a desire, and then where you take action from that desire, then creates your reality. So that means that you can create negative results as much as positive results, depending on what you are truly in alignment with. So a mental diet begins with pumping yourself full positivity, of reaffirming positive parts of yourself, not looking at the negative, not even looking at your 3D experiences around you. Don't look at the world around you. Don't listen to other people's opinions. You've really got to be strict with yourself. So we have to start here. Now, a good way to do this is subliminals and affirmations. So what I do is I start every morning with a gratitude prayer. Now, I'm not talking like Our Father art in heaven kind of thing. I'm talking literally, you just run through all the things that you are grateful for in your life right now. Because all we have is right in this moment. The future hasn't happened yet and the past is dead and gone. If you are living in the past or the future, you're already in a bad place, because you are going to be either anxious, catastrophizing things that haven't even happened yet, or you're going to be depressed because you're thinking of all the things that have happened that you wish were different. And you can't do anything about either of them. So stop fucking trying, okay? Just stop. You're going to cause yourself more suffering. Believe me, been there, done that, doesn't work. All you have is right in this moment. So start with a gratitude prayer. Write things down if you want to, but just remind yourself every morning when you wake up, what are you grateful for? And then start listing things about yourself that you love. It could be anything. You like your hair that day. You like your clothes. You like the way that you're really caring for people. You love how funny you are. Really start to absorb in yourself, because self-love is not selfish. In a way it kind of is, but it's super important, because once you really truly know yourself, love yourself, value yourself, and know your worth, your vibration is instantly going to rise. When your vibration's risen and you've got this really good vibration, you have to think of it like a magnetic field. The higher the vibration, the more magnetic you are. So therefore, the more attractive everything is to you. You don't want to be out there kind of grabbing and clawing at things, saying, I need it, I need it, I need it, I'm desperate. That's not a good thing. And if you've ever been in a room where someone's really needy and desperate with you, you know how repelling it is. So you've got to really work on reaffirming the positive parts of you and your life. And that, honestly, gratitude is the fastest way to get there. Forgiveness is another one. Forgive any experience, person, situation, whether it be in your past or whether it be now. forgive it and let it go. If you've made a mistake, just go, well, I learned from that. Away it goes. If someone upsets you, you just go, not my problem, it's theirs. If a situation doesn't work out the way you want, tell yourself, okay, that didn't go how I wanted, but I know it's always going to work out for me. You can turn any negative into a positive. And that's literally, I tell you what, that's like turning the key into this. Because every time you can flip something from a negative to a positive, you are constantly raising your vibration higher and higher. And as I said, that becomes more magnetic. So that's the first step. Then throughout the day, if you find yourself dipping, or if you find yourself getting sucked into stories or other people's shit or negative mindsets, you suddenly start thinking, oh God, I'm never going to get this, or I'm not good enough. You've got to catch it quick. You've got to see it for what it is and go, whoa, that's a thought. Because nobody else, and I want you to hear this clearly, your reality is a reflection of your thoughts and your beliefs. And nobody has put those thoughts in your head except for you. Because whether somebody else out there has said these things to you, like, you know, you're not clever, or you'll never be able to run your own business, or, you know, you're not pretty enough, you've chosen to believe that. They can say what they like. Anyone can say and do what they like. But when you start to make it your own belief, that's on you. And accountability, it's hard for a lot of people, but we need to be very accountable for ourselves. And this starts with knowing what we're choosing to believe and what we choose to think, because you always have the option to think different. So your thoughts are purely your own. So if you're thinking negative about yourself, you can also change that. And you can start to think positive about yourself. You can change the narrative. You can change this story. Think of it like a movie script, okay? What happens in your 3D reality out there is like a movie. You write the script. You are the director, producer, the star of the movie, and everybody else in it is just extras. They're just supporting actors and actresses. But you ultimately get to decide how that movie goes based on the script that you've written. So you can rewrite that script whenever you want. And what I tend to do is when I see something in my 3D reality now that I don't like the look of, if it's making me feel a certain way, I just go, not my story, not my movie, delete that scene. And I just look away from it. I just totally detach myself from it. And I go to a place, or I start thinking about things that are better feeling thoughts, shall we say. But that's the first thing you've got to realize, is those thoughts are there because you put them there. And so it's up to you to change it. And the best way to do that is to keep flipping the script. Every single time, every single thought you have that feels shitty, the reason it feels shitty is because it's not the truth. All right? So know that. When somebody says something, or when you see something in your reality, or you feel or think something about yourself, and your emotional response is, or you just feel sad, depressed, you don't like it, you feel angry, it's because it's bullshit. It's not true. Because why would you want to come to this amazing planet? Why would you want to be born and choose to live a shitty life, right? You don't. But experiences are here to challenge you. Believe me, I did not have a great childhood. I did not have a lot of great experiences. I went through a lot of trauma as a child and as a teenager, and I've been through some pretty crappy things as an adult too. But these things are here to challenge us so that we can grow and become better human beings. But at the heart of everything, we are a soul, and the soul is pure unconditional love. And believe me, when you get to a place of pure unconditional love for yourself and for everyone and everything, no matter what the circumstances, that is when you become a powerful conscious manifestor. But that takes time. So please, this is a process. Do not rush it. Do not get ahead of yourself, and stop judging yourself when you slip, because we all do. I do. As I said, 8 months I've been doing this now, and I still find myself going into a cycle of going, but maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe this isn't going to work. But you've got to catch it. And thankfully, I do. Now I can see it for what it is. I can catch it within seconds, minutes sometimes. Whereas before, it would take me probably a good week of crying. So get your first step in the morning right. Really, gratitude, pumping your brain full of good, positive thoughts. Throughout the day, whenever you feel something negative, see something negative, it's not yours, you remove yourself from it, you delete it, flip that script and turn it into something positive. Even if in the moment, like, I don't know, your car's broken down, you've got bills coming out your ears, your ex is driving you up the friggin' wall, whatever it is that's happening, even if you've lost your job, turn it into a positive. Say, well, I didn't like this job anyway. Now it gives me the opportunity to do something I really want to do. Now the universe is going to bring me the perfect job for me. Oh, my ex is being shitty. Well, I didn't really want to be with them anyway, so they can just go off and do one. I'm going to focus more on what makes me happy. Damn, I've got a shitload of bills and I haven't got the money to pay for it yet. But I will do. Change anything in any way you can to a positive, because it really is all working out for you. And the universe truly, truly, truly wants you to be abundant. And abundance doesn't mean money and wealth. It means fulfillment, satisfaction, contentment in what you have right now in this moment. And that's what you're trying to really cultivate, is that feeling of right now, I'm good. Life is great. Everything's fine. Everything's working out for me and all is well. And then in the evening, you could try subliminals. I do this. So I always listen to a subliminal at night. This works whether you're trying to manifest a specific person, I will get onto that in a moment, or money or anything like that, because it just helps your subconscious get reprogrammed. So I've tried most of those things. My process now, as I said, I do those 3 things. Gratitude in the morning, affirmations throughout the day, flip my script whenever I can, and subliminals at night. I also do journaling, and I cannot recommend enough visualization techniques. Visualization techniques is a great way of being in what they call the end. And the end doesn't mean like the end of your life. It just means the end result you want. So if you're looking for that relationship or that job or that house, really meditation, visualizing it, seeing yourself achieving it, feeling the feelings of having it. Being that person that's already got it. Because if you were a millionaire, you wouldn't be sat here fucking depressed. Well, you might, I don't know. But you wouldn't be worrying about money is essentially the thing. If you're in the loving relationship, you wouldn't be worrying about whether that person likes you or not. If you had the best job in the world, you wouldn't be sat there saying, my life is crap because my work's crap, right? So it's that kind of dynamic shift that you've got to get to. But as I said, it takes time. So give yourself credit for where you are in each step of the process, and just know that you are building up that resilience, that vibration. You are getting there. You are getting stronger. Okay, so don't give up hope, please. Find the things that work for you. My friend doesn't do affirmations. She finds it really difficult, and she can't affirm for other people, like with a specific person, to say they love me, they want me, they desire me. She just can't do it. But she does find visualizing her end really good in meditation, and she can affirm for herself her own self-belief, and that's good enough. So whatever works for you, do it. So if you think about it, like when it comes to these tools and these practices, you could use a cordless drill, you can use a screwdriver. They both do the same thing, but they do it slightly differently, and you're both going to get the same results, just one is quicker than the other. Okay, so that's how to look at it, right? There's no right or wrong in any of this. So where I'm at right now, I have recently, through my journaling and through my visualizations, I have manifested 2 out of 3 manifestations that I am really, really happy about. I have been focusing on many things, but honestly, I can't even tell you how crazy it is since I got into alignment, how fast these happen. My sister mentioned it. She said, normally my manifestations always come about 4 weeks. I checked on it, and she's right. 4 weeks from the moment I wrote these down, they're happening 4 weeks apart, and not in the order I put them in either. So I requested a job that allowed me to have a good wage, very flexible, great owners, and allowed me to still do my coaching and my floristry. It happened within 4 weeks of me writing that down. I wanted to complete the sale on my house and have 100K in my bank account. We finally got confirmation that the sale will complete next week, and I am close to the 100K. Now, don't be too specific if things don't come exactly as you want. So That's the 2 out of the 3. And again, not in the right order that I wrote them down. Third one is to do with my specific person, about going on a date, being in a committed relationship, and them finally opening up and declaring how they feel about me. And let me tell you, feels like I might be there. But you've got to obviously not be too obsessed and possessive about it. And that's something that I struggled with. So my biggest advice to you would be manifest more than one thing at the same time. So pick a series of things and just literally go from all of them. Rotate your attention to each of them. So if it's job, if it's money, if it's relationship, maybe it might be 2 things, but keep switching between the 2. So spend a few days focusing on one and then switch to the other. And then take some time off to just be in the now and relax and not get too obsessed and hung up about it. Because when you let go and you're in that trust of knowing, I thought it, I desired it, therefore it's done because the universe wants to support me, all I got to do is just kick back and wait for the results. And that sounds easier than said than done, I know, because it's so hard because you're there going, where are the results? Where are the results? I'm looking at my 3D and I can't see anything and it's not there and it's not working and fuck this shit and I'm done with this and I want to go home. That's just a normal part of it. That's just you building up that trust. That's why distraction is really good. And this is why in the other video I talk about creativity. It's a key part of it. So manifestation should be fun. Take the bloody heat out of it and stop being so serious about manifesting. It's supposed to be fun. And the goal isn't really getting the thing you want, because as soon as you've got it, there's going to be more desires and more dreams and more things you're going to want. You're constantly wanting more and more and more. That's the fun of it, is the fact that you constantly are wanting things and you're creating things all the time. Because we, as a manifestor, we are the creators. And as we are all part of the same connected universe, the same one consciousness, the same God source essence. Who is the almighty creator according to, the Bible and everything else? The almighty creator is God. And if God is within us, then we are also an almighty creator. It's just, as I said, getting those thoughts, your beliefs and your emotions in alignment. And I want to give you this key thing that will help you if you are struggling and you're having doubts. And believe me, doubts will kill a lot of your manifestations, but bear this in mind. If you've thought it and you desire it and you have that just deep gut knowing that this is for you, whether it's a person or a thing or whatever it is, a dream goal, if you're thinking, I want that, but I don't just want it, I just feel it to my core. I know I can do this. I know it's mine. I know this is for me. That's the only confirmation you need to know that it is done. It is just a matter of allowing it in and just going with the flow. Because I swear to God, as soon as you look away, that manifestation comes in. When you are so overly fixated on it and forcing it and trying to make it happen how you think it should happen, you're going to get in the way. So get out of your own way. It's a bit like, imagine yourself in a canoe, going down river. You're chilling, cocktail in hand, you're just sun shining. It's lovely. You're going to hit some bumps and rapids along the way, right? You're going to get thrown out of the canoe sometimes. Now, in the beginning stages, you're flapping around, drowning, wondering what the hell's going on. But you need to get back in the canoe as quickly as you can. Get in, dry off, and carry on down river. Now, your manifestations are all the other things in canoes that are flowing down river with you. Okay, they could be your specific person, it could be your job, it could be money, it could be anything. It's all flowing down river with you. And these don't have to be great big things. It could be that you just want to go on holiday. It could be that you just want to be able to clear these bills or, get a promotion or, just have a better social life. It can be anything. Believe me, I manifested that in a week. I asked the universe, I said, I would like to increase my social life and I want to hear from some friends that I haven't spoken to for a while. And I didn't want to have to reach out because otherwise that kind of counteracts the manifestation. Well, within 3 days, I had 3 friends that I hadn't heard from for ages invite me out to 3 different events. Honestly, it's just when you're not focused and you're not obsessed about it, it really does happen. So as I said, you're in your own canoe, you're going down river. Your manifestations are all in other canoes. They're all coming down the river with you, but they're all going at different speeds. They're all at different paces. Now, if you keep falling out of your canoe because you keep trying to grab all of those things that are going at different paces, you're going to be a hot mess. So you just need to stay in your canoe and wait for them to come to you. And eventually you'll be like, oh, look, there's the money in that canoe. Oh, look, there's my specific person in that canoe. And you just tie your rope to that canoe, and you tie your rope to that canoe, and you all flow down river together. And you just pile in things in your canoe, left, right, and center. It's all just coming in. But you're not stopping the flow. All right? You're not freaking out and jumping out of the canoe. You're not falling out of the canoe because you're not allowing yourself to get triggered. And we'll go on to triggers in a separate video. But you're also allowing things to happen as they need to happen. And honestly, patience has really been my biggest challenge. It screwed me up more than you'll ever know because I'm not a very patient person. I thought I was, but this has really tested me. For example, me and my specific person have been on this journey for about a year now. And a lot of that shit could have been avoided. But actually, when I think about it in hindsight, it happened perfectly. It had to happen the way it did because it helped me grow and heal as a person. And it's made me so much better. And I'm really grateful for everything that happened. And that's the other thing. You've got to look at some of these negative things that happen, as we perceive it as negative, as actually a blessing in disguise, because it is really helping you on your journey. So this is where I'm at. As I say, 2 out of the 3 manifestations have come true. Third one is getting that date and seeing my specific person in person and getting into that committed relationship. And the way I'm approaching that now, unlike before, is that I am being the person who already has it. I am living my life. I am going about my business. I am being in that high energy. I am trusting that the universe has got this worked out, that it would all come together as it should. I'm not trying to get myself triggered every time we go silent or I don't hear from him for days. I don't overthink that he's running off with someone else like I used to. I'm not thinking any of those negative thoughts that he doesn't care about me, that this is never going to work. I am the person who is in a loving, committed relationship now that already has everything that she could want. And this is all coming together perfectly. And that's how I handled the other things. I just knew it. I trusted it and I allowed it to happen, and I just got on with other parts of my life and I didn't focus and stress about it. And honestly, it's happened so fast doing it that way. So pick a manifestation, pick a few, trust it, know it, get your shit in alignment and try some of the practices that work for you. And I hope you will enjoy my future videos, seeing my progress as they happen along the way. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you again soon. Take care, peeps. Bye.